Philippine senators crossed party lines to support the Safe Pathways Act, which proposes the creation of bike lanes across the country. Senate Minority Leader Franklin Drilon calls it a timely measure, while Senator Rizzo Ontiveros hopes the bike lanes would be a permanent part of urban centers and cities. Authored by Senator Pia Cayetano, the Safe Pathways Act seeks to boost the bicycle industry and promote biking as an alternative means of transportation. Senator Francis Tolentino also recently filed a resolution that called on the government to develop and improve bike lanes in Metro Manila during the COVID-19 crisis. The Philippine city of San Juan has launched bike lanes along selected streets as more people use bicycles under the so-called new normal. In Quezon City, the local government plans to develop a 161-kilometer network of bike lanes, while permanent bike lanes along EDSA and Commonwealth Avenue will be constructed in a month's time. That's according to the MMDA. Joining us on the line is Ira Cruz of AltMobility PH. Ira, thank you so much for joining the program and good afternoon.
Hi. Hello, Riza. Thank you so much for having me.
Ira, with the GCQ starting this Monday, we are seeing bike lanes that are not really as safe. So how are we seeing bikes and personal mobility devices as an alternate means of transport on a traffic system that's ill-equipped to provide safe passage?
You know, first of all, this is nothing new. Leaders naman has been the battle cry about mobility and pushing for national government to prioritize people mobility. You know, this means unshacking ourselves or themselves from car-centric policies or policies that put the welfare of car users over a majority of the commuters. And that's, you know, we have to point out, 80% of commuters that generally rely on public transportation that just recently has been virtually displaced by, you know, skeletal operations for public transportation. When there was an informal survey about a year back on how people can be convinced to bike to work, two main things popped up. Bike network and safety. Bike network, the very for bike network, and safety. But you see the current state of public transportation, you know, pre and even during COVID, people are left with very little choice. Let's go back to the 80% that rely on public transportation. It's either they walk, bike, or buy a bicycle, and biking is much more efficient option. So really, consensus government should pull all stops and ensure the safety of its citizens, and not make their lives harder than it already is. By providing, a bike network that's not just token, interconnected, it has to be safe. I mentioned protected bike lanes because painting over a section of the road is simply not enough. Bollards, is what I'd like to call training wheels for cars. One that trains them how to share the road with other road users, especially the more vulnerable ones. Through provision of safe and accessible bike parking and even shower facilities.
Now, with everything that you mentioned earlier, of course, safety should be prioritized, especially for our citizens currently using bicycles and PMDs as a means of alternative transport. Now, in the current situation that we're having right now, Ira, what can you see are areas to improve upon by the government?
First of all, the bike lanes have to be designed with the comfort and safety of all bikers. And we have to remember that when you construct bike lanes, the objective is not for the bike lanes to corral or to trap bikers or limit them to just being inside. It is an infrastructure to protect them. On top of the five things that I mentioned earlier, the bike network, the protected bike lanes, safer, accessible bike parking, shower facilities, even financial support. The imposition and enforcement of speed limits combined with traffic calming measures really contribute to the safety of riders. And this, of course, is on top of the stuff that I mentioned earlier.
Ira, there is a certain issue about a bike group having issues with MMDA when they took the initiative to make a bike lane safe by putting on makeshift barricades. What do you think should be done to address this? Should there be a need to have talks with the MMDA and bike groups such as AltMobility PH also?
Sure. The MMDA is governed by what we call the Metro Manila Council, which is composed of all the LGs. And you see, a lot of the LGs recently, starting with the city of Pasig, have started putting up pop-up bike lanes. And so this should be seen by the MMDA as an indication of the desire of the Metro Manila Council and a reflection of the need of the people. As I mentioned earlier, 80% of people take public transportation with the skeletal operations of public transportation, where will this 80% go? What is their mode of transportation? So, and biking clearly has become that option because it's a cheap option. It's a very efficient option as well. And so, conscientious government agencies such as the MMDA should really pull all stops and support initiatives such as this. It is the responsibility of the state to make sure that its citizens are safe. Protecting the welfare of the majority should be a priority.
Now, there are plans also, Ira, of let's take, for example, the Quezon City government planning to have a 121-kilometer bike lane. Now, considering that long stretch of a bike lane, or let's say a major highway like EDSA, do you think there should be medical contingencies in place?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. But then, of course, well, yes, I agree that it has to be available. But the bike lanes have to be designed. First of all, that's where the conversation should begin. It has to be designed with the comfort and safety already of the bikers. Like, say, for example, when you construct bike lanes on the side of the road, that's normally where the manholes are. And so, while providing medical attention or emergency response for these things is important, it has, when you design the bike lane from the very beginning, it should already have their safety in mind. Making sure that there are no manholes, making sure that there are no driveways that back up into the bike lane, making sure that the bike lanes are not obstructed. You see, a vehicle obstructing a bike lane forces a biker to overtake that, and that puts them in conflict with other vehicles.
All right, Ira, last one before I let you go. What are your proposals on a national system down to a local system? Let's look at the macro to micro approach of bike lanes. Do you have any proposals for that?
Sure. Well, on top of the 5 things that I mentioned earlier, which can be done with the local government units and should be supported by the national government, it's very important to shift the point of view of our decision makers. Protecting the welfare of the majority a priority, coupled with unshackling themselves from car-centric policy. They need to understand the hierarchy of road users. That is the most vulnerable ones at the very top. Pedestrians, including persons with disabilities, senior citizens, and bikers at the very top. And of course, restoring the dignity in commuting, passing the commuter rights bill, and prioritizing people mobility over car mobility.
That's very nicely said. People mobility over car mobility. Ira Cruz of AltMobility PH joining us on the line. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks very much for having us.